our news today, Nnamdi Kanu and Uchemefo met members of European Parliament in Brussels, Belgium today. He thanked Julia for facilitating that meeting. According to him, from his Twitter handle, he said that self-determination is a universal principle and we are determined to free the Biafran people from colonial Nigeria. This is what he had to say after the meeting.
For the restoration of Biafra. There are many things happening which I am not at liberty to disclose to the public at this very stage, but it's for our people to know that we are doing everything humanly possible to restore Biafra, both secretly and out in the open. Some of these things are grabbing from tonight. One thing is unmistakable. Our resolve to restore Biafra can never ever be underestimated. Our people must be very determined and resolute as we are within the leadership of IPOB to ensure that Biafra is restored. Here today we have met and we are still going to meet very important people to help us facilitate the exit of Biafra from the damnable zoological republic. We are unrelenting. We are doing all that we can to make sure that Biafra comes, and our people need to understand this. That is why it is very, very critical that we keep faith. It's also very, very critical that we do all we can within our powers to ensure that Biafra is restored as quickly as possible. On Saturday, we'll prove to the world that we own Biafra land. All the efforts to try to rig the criminals back, those that caused pattern down, those that brought pattern down, those that are responsible for the death of people back into power will not be tolerated. We will not allow it. That is why we are warning the last of AKC as on Dave Romai and on even those of APC in Imo State trying to rig elections that it is not going to work. All their efforts to rig the elections at the local government headquarters will not be tolerated and it will be challenged if need be. We want our people to get the people who are reasonable and sensible into political activities, not criminals, not those who are going to kill us. And I'm sure our people understand it. If anybody in doubt of what we are doing, you listen to Radio Biafra. It is very, very critical and very important. Thank you very much.
Talking about politics in Nigeria, Rotimi Amachi, Minister of Transportation, have reached out and appealed to PDP and precisely Atiku not to challenge the outcome of last presidential election in court. He acknowledged from his speech that the election was not free and fair. According to him, he appealed that the next 4 years that they will all work together to make sure that INEC delivered a credible, fair, and free elections. Listen to him.
Look, we are grateful to Nigerians, we are grateful even to PDP. Let's not fight over this issue in court. Let's work together as friends, and 4 years' time, we'll come back to another election and encourage INEC to ensure that the election is free and fair and credible.
That's a very wonderful one from Nnamdi Kanu and his crew. Going to Brussels is a very wonderful one. And some people who may not have agreed before will agree now that independence agitation had to do with diplomacy, political, and legal, as other pro-Biafra groups are also pursuing the same angle. I applaud you and also encourage others to continue doing what they are doing as long as you do not pitch yourself against this one. That is the idea of self-determination. Nnamdi Kanu, one most important thing he mentioned at that speech is that come this Saturday during the state elections and state assembly elections, that the indigenous people of Biafra in the Biafran land in Nigeria will demonstrate that they own the land through their votes, through participating in election. Listen to him again.
We are unrelenting. We are doing all that we can to make sure that Biafra comes, and our people need to understand this. That is why it is very, very critical that we keep faith. It's also very, very critical that we do all we can within our powers to ensure that Biafra is restored as quickly as possible. On Saturday, we'll prove to the world that we own Biafra land. All the efforts to try to rig the criminals back, those that caused pattern down, those that brought pattern down, those that are responsible for the death of people back into power will not be tolerated. We will not allow it. That is why we are warning the last of AKC as on Dave Romai and on even those of APC in Imo State trying to rig elections that it is not going to work. All their efforts to rig the elections at the local government headquarters will not be tolerated and it will be challenged if need be. We want our people to get the people who are reasonable and sensible into political activities, not criminals, not those who are going to kill us.
I think that's a very wonderful one from Nnamdi Kanu, where he pointed it out clearly that the owners of the land determines what happened. And those who have brought the python down, those who are accused of bringing terror to our people at the doorsteps in Biafra land, we daily pay for it during the elections. That means, if I am not missing word, he is asking his people to come out in mass to vote out those who have brought python dance upon them. I think that is going the line of other pro-Biafran groups also who are pursuing self-determination through legal means, political means, and through diplomacy. Kudos to Nnamdi Kanu for that, and I applaud him, and also encourage other people to do what they can to liberate the Biafran people through legitimate process, through legal process. That is what we are advocating for right here on this platform. And as for the issue of Nigerian politics, my own view and the view of so many other people out there still remains that the last presidential election was a charade, and the players, the actors of that election are coming out from one point or the other to also re-emphasize that that election was not free and fair. And what happened that time at the election, the presidential election in Nigeria, was simply a charade. That is what I can read, and I believe you can also read that from the words of the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amachi. Thank you for watching this. This is BVI Channel 1, and we're wrapping it up. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Click on the button and click on the bell for notification. And you can visit our website for news in detail, www.bvichannel1.com. To have all our content in one go, in just one click, please download our apps. We have our links down there. Download them, and you'll be the first to know the next that will be happening. Join me as I'll bring in another video for you tomorrow. Very important. Goodbye, and God bless you. I still remain Associate Peters, BVI Channel 1.